Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Had a good week and all that jazz, man. We've had a great week on the channel this week. Yesterday's video was one of my favourite videos I've filmed for this channel. 4 brutal tech death bands that absolutely kicked ass. And some of the tracks in there was some of the best shit I've heard in a long while. Absolutely amazing. But because yesterday's video was so friggin' heavy, I thought we've done enough heaviness for this week and we'll check out some post-rock and post-metal today. And I like to do that more so in the evening, so I've waited to do an evening vid for this when I feel more in the zone for this kind of music, you know. But it's Friday night and I've not actually got anything on tonight at all, so I thought, well, we'll do a long one as well and check out a whole bunch of bands. Got nothing better to do anyway, so I've lined us up 5 bands to check out, and some of these tracks are up to 9 minutes long, so I don't know how long this video is going to be. We'll have to see. We've got a bunch of new bands to check out as well. New bands to the channel. I think only one of them in today is actually we've checked out before. The first band we're going to check out, I think this is a one-man band as well, which is pretty cool. This is Vic Petrella. He's got a track for us called Red Zone with an official video to it as well. Let's give it a spin.
Nehmen Sie es auch ernst. Seit der deutschen Einheit, nein, seit dem Zweiten Weltkrieg, gab es keine Herausforderung an unser Land mehr.
We need to be capable of doing millions of tests per day.
Rimaniamo distanti oggi per abbracciarci con più calore, per correre più veloci domani.
Very cool. He did an absolute great job on this track. For a one-man band as well. tons going on in the music, layers of sound. Love the violins in there, slow moving, swelling, sounded great. Loads of effects on the vocals, which sounded great as well. Distortions and reverbs and stuff, sat it in the mix in a nice way. Good big industrially drums in there, which drove the track on nicely. And cool synthy stuff in there, loads of different layers of synth and sounds and stuff in there. Had a nice movement, had a nice vibe to it. The vocals sat in there nicely as well. Great job. I like the samples in there as well. I always use samples in my work. I just think it adds a cool vibe to the music. And this is a coronavirus track dedicated to the victims of coronavirus around the world. So there's enough kind of samples you can use in that vein. Very, very cool. So yeah, it's nice to have a reason behind the music as well. Adds to the vibe, adds to the authenticity of it. I thought you did a great job. We'll have to check that guy out some more. Now, I was sure that we've had this next band, on the channel before, because I recognise the name, I recognise the logo, Astraya, and I'm sure we've had this band on before, but apparently not, because I looked back through my shows to see if I'd checked them out before, and we haven't. So they must have just been sat in the queue for a long time or something. Anyway, these have got hashtag post-rock, prog-rock, post-metal on their track. Very cool. That's what we like to hear. That's what we're listening to tonight. The track is called The Moribund. Let's give it a spin. Yeah.
Night comes after us, something's out there, creeping around in the darkness. It's a white ghost, powerful and ominous, spreading fear and terror.
Man, these guys have got a great sound. That bass. Very nice. Superb. What a great track. What an amazing sound and mix. Superb high quality video to go with it. Absolutely killed it on that one. These guys need way more listeners. They only got 7,500 views on this video. That's as good as any stuff you'll hear out there. The mix on this one, second those drums hit my ears, I was just in heaven. This ting on the ride, the way it's recorded, the way it's sat close to your ears. The drums kind of weren't back here, they were right up in your ears. But everything was right up in your ears, but still had its space, still had a high level of clarity to it. Even with the amount of reverb and layering and space on the vocal, it didn't clash with anything. It had its own space within the 3D sound, and everything kind of sat around it and supported it nicely. Man, whoever did the mix on this one, let's just see if it says on the video here. Mixing and mastering by Jari and Antti at Monoton Studio. Well, Jari, you did a sick job on this one to just capture and keep the clarity of all the instruments and have the space within the mix. There's loads of stuff going on in this one as well, different layers of sound and stuff to listen to. It was so well balanced and had its own space with the clarity. Man, it just came across the ear so nice. Just felt great. The ting on that ride was just incredible. The guitar sounded amazing. The vocal sounded great with all that space and reverb. Man, what a great band. We'll have them on again in the future. That was the first time apparently we've had them on, but it won't be the last for sure. Now, this next band, these are a cool band. This is going to be the first band I think we have out of South Africa. It says Afrikaans Swa Metal. So yeah, this one's going to be cool. They've got a funny sounding name to say as well. Onskuldige Doodsvonnis. I'm sure I've butchered that, but there you go. The track's just as hard to say as well. I'll let you figure out that one for yourself. But let's check these out. South African post-rock, post-metal. Nice bass tones. Looks cool.
So
Love this one. Got a good vibe to it. Broody, kind of, trudgy, bassy vibe to it, but building in the verse and then into the chorus, big and washy, louder, shouting, even some screaming in there as well. Just built harder and harder and then pulled you back into the verse again, brooding, building, and then just kind of going like that throughout the track. I thought it was really cool. Nice breakdown there towards the end to change up the tempo. That was cool. Drums sounded great in this one. The bass sounded super great as well. And again, the vocal just sat in there nicely, up and loud, but still sat within the music. Sounded great. Man, we're killing it today with some great bands. Now we're getting to 2 longer tracks now. We're probably about halfway through, 18 minutes. But anyway, this next band we have had on the channel before. I think they're a really, really nice band for this kind of music. Always slap them on if I want to listen to this kind of stuff. This is Respire. I'm going to check out another one of theirs called Catacombs Part 2. Got an official vid. Here we go. Loads of layers in this one. Loads of sound. build up a track. These guys are so freaking good and so criminally underrated. Look at this. Less than 1,000 views on this video, and this band has got 84 subscribers. Now, someone should be getting locked up and put in jail for that fact right this moment, because this is 10 out of 10, super high quality, incredible music with feeling, with vibe, so many layers of sound that catch your ears, weaving in and out of each other, giving each other space at just the right time. Everyone's tone is amazing. The way these guys build and build and build and build into a crescendo, then just sit you there for a while and pull you back and start building again. They're just such an incredible band to listen to. Just got absolutely lost in that one. A great high quality video to go with it as well. And then let me just remind myself, 84 subscribers. It makes me absolutely sick to read that. I've done these guys a few times on my channel now, and I'm obviously not getting the point across that these guys are so friggin' good. If you watch this channel, you need to be checking out this band and subscribing to their channel and getting on board, because they're so friggin' good. If you're not looking to listen to something really heavy, like I tend to do more so in the evenings, and you want something more posty, post-rock, post-black, post-metal, whatever. You just want something with a bit more vibe, energy, emotionalness, sorry, I was meant to say, and kind of atmospheric side, building and crescendo and kind of backgroundy. You can't do any better than Respire. They are as good as it gets, because they've got all of that going on, and they've even got a nice heavier side to them as well, and a blackened edge in there. I mean, it's just, there's so much going on in this music. The horns coming in and out, the violins as well, all sounds incredible. So please, just, even if you didn't like this band, just give them a subscribe, because it's just so criminal to have 83 subscribers. What a joke. Now, the last band we're going to check out today, this is a hell of a long one, at nearly 9 minutes long, but it's going to be worth every second of your time if you've stuck around 27 minutes already. This is Cataya. I don't think we've had them on the channel before, but we're probably going to have them on again in the future, just like all the bands that we've had on today, because this is my kind of jam for the nighttime listen, just as super nice. This is Madera Sagrada.
My imagination is playing tricks on me. I'm going to put a stop to it.
You're a very strong-willed person, aren't you?
I survived, if that's what you mean.
Anything else? Anything you haven't told me?
That's all there is. That's the whole story. And the time to go out there is now. And if I have to, I can go alone.
Great sound. Great drumming. I wish they'd kept that going a bit longer, to be honest. Great drumming. Man, these guys keep teasing me with the blackened. So good. As you can probably tell from the massive smile on my face for 9 minutes straight, I absolutely friggin' love this kind of music. It's some of the best music you can listen to. You don't want big chunky guitars and riffs and heaviness. This is as good as it gets as the alternative for a more vibing, atmospheric, posty sound. These guys absolutely killed it on this one. Every second of that track was worthwhile, moved in great ways. They teased me with the blackened edge in this one because it sounded so great to my ears and I love it so much that when it broke into that post-black section first time, but it wasn't long enough for my liking. I would have actually liked it twice as long as they did it, which would have made the track maybe 12 minutes, but it would have still been worth it because I was so into that sound and that vibe at that point. When they took it away from me, it was like taking a toy away from a little baby. It was like, no, bring it back. But they did bring it back, but even then, I would have doubled it in length at that point as well. Because when it broke into the blackened edge from the super atmospheric post-rock, man, that was it for me. I was just like, man, these guys have just done everything, haven't they? They got everything going on because the tones and the guitars sounded so great. The drumming was next level, sick drumming, and this kit sounded amazing. The ride cut through, the snare sounded nice and natural and raw. Just sounded amazing. The bass cut through in such a great way, and they gave it space to do its thing. Didn't need a vocal in here. You could do some atmospheric background vocal in this type of music to add just more atmosphere, but it doesn't need it. You know, there's so much going on with layers of sound and reverb and atmosphere anyway. There's not a lot of space for a vocal. Definitely wouldn't do a lead vocal over this kind of music ever. It would just ruin it. I lined up tonight's show, even though we've gone on nearly 40 minutes now, knowing it was going to be hella long, knowing I'd pulled out far too many bands, 5 bands, even when we had 9-minute tracks on the go as well. But I thought, nah, screw it. I'm not doing anything tonight. There's nothing on the TV or anything like that that I want to watch. So I thought, well, we'll do a long one and just check out some superb bands that I had in my night vids queue. And they haven't let me down at all. All of these bands from all over the world as well, which is nice. South Africa, we don't get many bands from there. And other places as well. I forget where we were. But anyway, all over the bands, all over the world, with the bands, but just absolutely killing it. No 2 bands have sounded the same tonight as well, but they're all post-rock, post-metal bands. So it just shows, you know, they don't always have to sound like super reverbed out bands like Cataya. You can still have a nice clear and clarity edge to this kind of music like we did with some other bands, Astraya. But it's just, you know, it's just the way you set up the sound and layer the different layers together, let everything have its space, and this kind of music just does that so great. And I friggin' love this kind of music. I'm absolutely buzzing after listening to these bands tonight, because they've all just been top-notch bands. These are all bands you can get straight on board with. You're not thinking, well, yeah, it's all right, but I've heard stuff like this before and better. These are all absolutely killing it bands. So there you go. Hope you're having a good one this week, guys. We've had an absolutely amazing week on the channel. Every single day this week I've buzzed after, like I am now, after checking out the bands, because I'm just like, man, look at these crazy, amazing bands out there that have got hardly any subscribers. This last band had 604 subscribers on their channel, and this video's got less than 4,500 views. Now, it makes me sick to see that as well, because what that might tell these bands is, yeah, you're a crap band. No one wants to listen to your music. No one's interested in what you're up to, so you might as well not exist. And it couldn't be further from the truth. These are absolute diamonds waiting to be found that haven't been found by the wider audience yet. And as soon as they are, they're just, you know, people are going to realise, holy shit, we've been missing out on this band because they're absolutely sick. How have they only got, 60 subscribers or something like that? Stupid. I mean, it makes no sense to me that there's bands like this out there with that number of views, and then you look at what is getting a lot of views, what people are listening to, and it's absolute rubbish. Compared to this stuff, it's not even in the same universe. It's just like verse, chorus, pop crap. These guys aren't anything like that. They're movements, build-ups and crescendos, a journey through the music, man. Makes me sick that these kind of bands aren't more popular, but please, if you're watching this video, at least take it from me that as a musician and someone who absolutely loves music, I think you're some of the best bands out there, and making some of the coolest music out there. So please don't stop making it just because there's not a lot of other people that are actually caught onto your band yet. It will happen at some point. So there you go. Might see you over the weekend. If not, we'll see you for the Monday grind. Hope you've had a good one. Click on any of the videos this week if you've missed them, because they're all super dope. Give this one a like. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Submit your band if you're anything like any of these bands, because we want to check out your band as well. We'll see you around. Bye.